What is going on, YouTube? Reverse John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this glorious Top 5 Friday, and we're getting into the second half of the 90s, folks. The Top 5 songs of 1996. A really cool year in music history, a little bit all over the map, but it was hard to whittle down, but I think I did it. So let's get right to it at number 5.
Yeah. You know what?
No Diggity by Blackstreet. Gotta love this track. It's one of the best hip-hop and R&B hybrids, not just of the 90s, but of all time, in my opinion. And, you know, Dr. Dre had a lot to do with this. Of course, he shows up on the track a little bit, but also in the sampling, which uses a sample from Grandma's Hands by Bill Withers, which is just brilliant, that thing. And then, of course, the piano, when it kicks in with that low bass note, it is just so cool. And then by the time you get to that ayo, 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 you just want to like put your hands up and teeth out and be like, oh yeah. And yeah, just an absolute classic. And that's just my number 5. So now at number 4. Criminal by Fiona Apple off of her debut album Tidal. This song, I just remember coming on the radio back then and I was like, who is this? It's like this vocal that came out of nowhere with this kind of baritone vocal from a female that feels just so powerful, but also musically, this song was unlike anything at the time, which almost sounds like hip hop beats in the background, and like No Diggity, a very strong bassy piano leading the track. And of course, you know, come to realize that Fiona not only as a singer-songwriter, but an amazing pianist in her own right, and just a standout vocalist. And of course, the song with very dark subject matter, you know, telling everyone that she's a criminal and she's done all these bad, sinful things. Of course, the music video went perfectly with that and really struck her into the stratosphere. But, you know, as time went on, she's just one of the greatest female artists of all time. And this track really shows why. Absolutely brilliant. And that's just my number 4. So now at number 3. Doin' Time by Sublime, another track that's using an old sample of a classic track, but I think this one does it better and just makes it so fun the way he incorporates, you know, his own new lyrics into it. There's some real weird kind of misogynist stuff in here as well that you can overlook, but it's still kind of darkly humorous. To this day, you know, holding his girlfriend's head underwater because she's done him wrong. A little messed up by Bradley here, but, you know, it's just such a great groove and one of my favorite songs of the summer to put on. Of course, this entire self-titled album has so many great bangers for summertime, but this one, you know, summertime and the living's easy. You got to put it on at summertime. So good. Such a classic, great for late night driving as well. And that is just at my number 3. So now at number 2. Where It's At by Beck off of Odelay. What a monster of an album. I could have gone with so many different songs off of this record. Devil's Haircut came to mind. Really, I could have put my whole top 5 from this album alone, but Where It's At specifically, I think is just amazing, and it showcases the talent of Beck, where he's really, this album, he threw every genre you can think of at it. And it all stuck and worked. And in this song, he does the same thing. I mean, there's, you know, those little drum breaks where the guy says, that was a good drum break. But, you know, he's throwing all these different samples and things that almost make no sense, but somehow it all works under the confines of this just awesome electric piano riff that starts out the song. And it's just so infectious and gets in your head. And of course, the famous, I got 2 turntables and a microphone. Everybody wants to sing along, dance along. And Beck Hansen, man, what a guy. And that's just at my number 2. So now at number 1. Anemone by the Brian Jonestown Massacre off of their album, The Satanic Majesty's Second Request. I believe it's a play on words from, of course, the old Rolling Stones album. But these guys didn't come on my radar until a couple years ago, sadly, but just a brilliant indie band that's still doing their thing. I actually just posted a album review of their latest album, Fire Doesn't Grow on Trees. Anton Newcomb is still doing his thing, but this, I think, is their opus. And I learned of it from the Anthony Bourdain documentary, and this was shown to be his favorite song of all time. And I can see why. It is just, it's hypnotic, it's soulful, it's bluesy, it's just, there's something about it, and especially the female vocal on this, which they're not known for doing much. Anton usually is on lead vocals on most of their songs, really takes it to another level of just this very breathy vocal performance, and the lead guitar riff really driving it. And, also the tambourine and percussion, very understated, but really adds to the whole vibe of this song. The bass sounds fantastic. The production on this song, I think, is really underrated as well. But I'm so glad that I learned of this song and that I learned of this band. And if you haven't heard it, please check it out right away. As I always do, you may not realize in the description of my videos, I have, for any top 5 songs video, I've got a playlist, so you can go and listen to it right away, all 5 of these songs. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What would your top 5 of 1996 be? So much great stuff that didn't make mine, but let me know what I missed. And if you're so bold, leave me a top 10. And guys, we got top 5s every Friday, album reviews, so much more. Thank you for watching, and as always, Viva la Vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.